was a Fox executive and a conference commissioner. Yeah, I'll let you guys fire away, or I can start with an opening statement. Doesn't matter. But
no. 13 days from the start of the season. How do you feel you've progressed, and where do you think you guys are at this point?
You know, I think we're getting there. I think we're slowly but surely getting there. 20 practices in right now, and not having seen anything else. We don't have feedback from obviously anybody else. We'll have some tomorrow after we scrimmage. So. Guys have been good. We have been banged up, as you guys know, which I think a lot of teams are. But, you know, Caleb was off for about 10 days. Kyle Young was off for almost 2 weeks. Cato was off for about 7 or 8 days. So those are important guys for us, given our kind of depth issues. But we've got them back, so that's a really good thing.
The battle in the paint between Caleb and Micah, how have you seen those guys go at each other? Obviously, two different body types. How have you seen them competing this camp so far?
They've been good. Both have had their moments where they've been really good, and both have had moments where areas they've got to improve in. But they're going to be important for us. That position, the development of that position is going to be important. And then there'll be times where we play kind of 2 forwards this year. So you could see us play, like Kyle Young and Cato together, just 2 forwards without a necessarily kind of a true low post guy. So all of our kind of interior guys have had good moments, but I like sometimes playing 2 forwards together. Cato can be a mismatch when you do that.
How good of an idea do you have of what your starting lineup will be when you guys walk out there for the first game?
I don't have an idea right now. I wish I did. I don't. I have felt like JT and Cato will be in that. I think that CJ will probably be in that, but beyond that, I'm still trying to figure that out. We're still evaluating that as a coaching staff, and we'll play with some lineups tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do once we win here. I'm going to go back and put some lineups together in preparation for tomorrow.
What would you like to get done between now and the opener, Chris?
I think have a better feel for some lineups and how lineups would play together against opposing competition. I would like to get more habits established. That's part of what we're trying to do, is build really effective, sound habits right now. And I'd like to remain healthy. Those things before the opener.
Do you think that, I know you had to add some walk-ons just to get some bodies for practice, but do you think any of those guys might actually end up in your rotation?
It's possible. Yeah, it is possible. Matt has been a guy that we've had to play because of some injuries to some of our frontline guys. It's possible. I don't know that right now I anticipate anyone kind of playing a major role, but I think if we have an injury, there's no question we could play one of them, for sure.
You've talked a lot about JaySean and what he brings to you from a leadership standpoint. Away from the court, how have you gotten to know him? What kind of guy is he like when he's not in uniform?
He's fun-loving, has a smile on his face a lot. He's a pleasure to be around. He's an energy kind of life giver. JT is. And there's some people you're around where you leave their presence and you're like, wow, I'm kind of drained, because they were complaining all the time, or they just were an energy taker. He's an energy giver. I think that's who he is. And I think his teammates see him, and he desperately, think about this now. He's a young man, as all of our older guys are. They played in one NCAA tournament, so they're desperate to kind of feel some success. And they've had a really good approach. All of our older guys have.
Do you feel, it's been a problem in the past, I think, where people see that from JT and just wish that his teammates would sort of like hop on his back and do the same thing. Is that happening, or are there more energy givers on the team besides JT?
There are, and I do think they see that from him. I do, and I think we've got more. I think maybe JT felt like in last year, for example, that he wished he had more guys that were that way, and he kind of felt drained, I think, at times. But having Kata back is nice, even though Kata is quieter, Cam's quieter. But we've got some, the Wessons are kind of outgoing, especially Big Caleb. And Musa Jallo's giving us good energy. That's kind of who he is. He's got good life to him. But that's also something we've tried to coach our guys on, and the importance of being an energy giver, being positive in your body language and what you bring each and every day. It's a long season. And if you're a guy that is draining from your teammates, or if coaches, we're drainers. I'll talk to my coaching staff about that. If we're coming to work and I got to pep you up or I got to raise your energy level, you're probably not going to last on our coaching staff very long. It's your job to bring energy to what we're doing. JT does that. I think he's got some guys alongside him to do it too.